Hey guys, Ogre Fabworks here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's project, this is a radiator mount for a big military generator, and it's all spider cracked and it's supposed to have these weld-on nuts and needs to be fixed. Customer requested putting a plate on the back side and welding it, but what I think I'm also going to do is plasma cut out these spider cracks, as you can see here, and that way when I put the plate on the back side, I'll have that opening and just fill that all up with weld so that the cracks don't get any worse. It also ties this into the plate on the back side, and then along with welding all that, I'll put some stitch welds on the back side. The plate that I put here, I'll just run some stitch welds every so often, and should be a pretty quick fix. These nuts also supposed to be welded on there. I might throw a little bit more weld. We'll just see how that goes, and then I got to put another one on here essentially in the center of that hole. So all right, let's get going. Alright guys, got the plate cut out. Just put some little stitch welds on there and ground it flat so it sits nice and flat in the spot. And got all these areas cut out, ground out. All I need to do is just simply push down. I've got this bar over here. I'll probably just, push down and weld those down. There's some weld on there. Maybe I'll grind it flat, maybe I won't. And then I'll probably use like a prick punch and just get the center of that hole going with a small drill bit on this side. Flip it over, and then once I've got the little hole on this side, I'll just drill with the big drill bit on the other side and not damage the threads in the nut. Anyway, that's the plan. But something else I wanted to mention, when you cut this out with a plasma, a lot of times there's, dross and whatever in there that can mess with your weld, and I like using this diamond wheel. It can just slip right in there and clean all that up and whatnot. I also really like this snap-on die grinder. It's a 1 horsepower. And most things that you buy, it's half horse, 3/4 horse, and this 1 horse does a really good job. It's more expensive than your regular die grinders, but not as expensive as like a Dotco or some of those, really high-end ones. So it's a good middle-of-the-road die grinder. Anyway, so that's the plan. We're going to keep trucking along and keep it moving. All right, guys, it's all welded up. I just went over it and knocked down some of the high spots, anywhere that it was high, just trying to make it look flush. Nobody's going to see this because the radiator is going to be sitting in it. Then the next step was I just took a little prick punch like this, put it in the middle, tapped it, went through and drilled pilot holes in all of them. And now I'm going to flip it up on the back side. And where those holes are, I'm just going to hit it with my drill bit. I just sized it essentially just a little bit larger than what would fit in here is what I will drill. On the back side, I just need to go through this plate. So I'll just go through that thin little bit and stop. I don't need to drill all the way through and damage the nut, but that way it'll be just a little bit oversized. The bolt can get through and have a little bit of wiggle room. And probably paint and ship it on out. It'll be good. All right. All right, well, here's the finished part. All drilled out. Whoops. And there's the radiator it goes on. So, like, subscribe, stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.